normally known for doing portrait photography, and I've been getting more into fashion stuff, and I've been doing photography for about a year now.
Hey guys, Oscar here. I've been a photographer for now 4 years. Started doing cityscapes, landscapes, now switched to portraits for about a year now, and that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
I guess the way the new algorithm is with Instagram, I can see how like some people are upset about that because your posts are getting seen by less people. They're not getting as many likes and engagement as they used to. So for like bloggers who get paid by brands to just shoot clothes, they're not getting the same amount of views, so I'm sure that affects them as a business for Instagram. But for me personally, it hasn't really affected my Instagram. Maybe it's only because I have like 2,600 followers. I don't have like 100,000. But I know for you, it's been something that you've been dealing with too.
Yeah, it was definitely a change. Like my engagement used to be super high, and now it's super low. First, I used to think, was this picture good enough? Like I only got, an 100th of the engagement I used to get before. So I'm like, it's like, is my photography now not as good as it used to be? So I kind of gauge my creativity level against, likes. But now it's different. I feel like, I need to focus more on my work. I do appreciate the likes and comments, but I feel like now that the algorithm changed, I'm getting more leads, like I'm shooting more, I get more paid work. I feel like the contacts that you have now on Instagram are more real. So like if you get 100 likes or 200 likes now, it's actually real people instead of like,
That's a good point.
Companies that are getting money from Instagrammers so they can get their likes up and comments up. So I feel like now more than ever, I'm getting more work than I used to be. In a way, at the beginning, it affected me on how, like, I feel like if a picture only got a few likes, I feel like, the picture was not good enough. But in a way, I feel like that's pushing me now harder to be more creative and to find better ways to actually, portray my work.
For me, at least in my experience, I think, since us photographers who do this as like a business and we're trying to get as many clients as we can, I think, whenever we stop working, so does our business, you know what I mean? So when you don't put in the work, then like you don't get work, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you're your own business owner, so you have to keep up with all of the work you do. So if you stop for a week, then like you won't get engagement for a week and then you lose clients. I guess the best way to build up engagement and like make sure that your Instagram is still growing is to do a lot of like collaboration work and work with different people, and because then once they post their photo, they're most likely going to tag you, and then those followers are going to follow you. So it's good to just not only work with other people, but other people in your community who are in like the same, I guess, realm of creativeness as you are. So the more models you work with, doing test shoots, yes, you might not be getting paid all the time, and it kind of sucks when you have to do a lot of free work, but I think you have to be able to build some sort of portfolio on Instagram in order to get the paid work, in order to like work with agencies. When I first started out, I didn't get very many, I didn't get much money because nobody knew my name, nobody like really knew my work, and it wasn't that great. But I found the more models that I did test shoots with, the more comfortable I got and the more confidence I got. And then I think that kind of just relayed into like my Instagram page. So I think it's just good to do some test work here and there and make sure that you're still like creating work at the same time, but you're also getting paid for that work.
I feel like it's very important to maintain a full schedule. It is true that the more you shoot, the better you're gonna get. That is a fact.
I don't know if this is true for you too, but like whenever you're out doing a shoot, do you always feel like, oh, this shot would get me a lot of Instagram likes, so I'm gonna do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so you're
not really
this is the winning shot.
Yeah, you're not doing like your own work. You're just following a trend because like it'll get a lot of likes on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you like tag a bunch of pages. For instance, like the fairy lights, or like the neon signs, like obviously those are gonna get a lot of attention. So you navigate towards that. But like I hate that feeling where I'm like, oh, let's go to the neon lights because I know that'll give me a lot of likes on Instagram.
Yeah.
So the wedding industry, if you guys have ever seen any like wedding people's pages, it is all the same edit. it's just the same preset applied on every single photo. So every like 20 Instagram pages that have like over 200,000 followers, their edits are exactly the same because they're all buying the same preset. For me, like that's just not authentic. And you know, for them, they make a lot of money, and like that's great for them. But at the same time, it's like, are you just in it for the money, or are you in it to create work that you like yourself?
And I feel like a lot of, like if you do a wedding, I feel like a lot of the photographers are now setting themselves apart from how do they portray the actual what's happening. Create more natural, shots.
Yes,
like
yeah.
Things that are happening instead of like things that you're kind of like posing.
Yeah.
All the strands are affecting the way you think. Yes, absolutely. You see this river of shots that are all look the same, and you just want to jump on it because that's what's doing good. So, like, what do you do different? Like, and that's what I'm trying not to fall into. Like, and I'm trying not to browse Instagram as much as I used to. Because if I look at Instagram, you see those trends, the neon lights, the fairy lights.
Right.
And so you kind of want to do the same. I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more editorial. Like I'm trying to do, I completely changed my patterns now on Instagram, and I feel like I'm trying to set myself apart in that perspective. Like if I do 3 shots now, I'm trying to make these shots very like I'm picturing the shots on the cover of a magazine, on the back of a magazine. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to include those elements. I'm not saying that I'm not going to include fairy lights or neon ever. But if it's part of the, it's part of the elements around you, might as well use them. So I'm trying to use the elements, a fence, brick wall, street lights, whatever it's around. I'm trying to use that more, and definitely select my locations. Like, how do you want your Instagram to look like? Do you want it to look like, like street, or you want it to look like, I don't know, lifestyle, whatever. That's your choice, and that's how I feel like you can make a difference. Like if you're caught up in the trends, like, on what everyone else is doing, that's how you can actually make your own trend. I think be more consistent.
Yeah, I think that when you find your style, it's not something that you're like, oh, this is my style. I think it's just something that happens and you don't even realize it. And then like you look back at your Instagram and you're like, oh, this is my style. Like this is what sets me apart from everyone else out there using the same preset. Like Visco film packs, they're so popular, and I get why. Like, it's a click of a button, it makes work easier. And they look good, but at the same time, that it's not really 100% your edit and your style. Yeah. So it's just about marketing yourself.
The best way I'm dealing with the new algorithm and Instagram, if I love it, I'm gonna post it. If I don't feel that shot, I'm not gonna post it. Even if it's something that is trending and it's a shot that looks good, I'm not just gonna go with the Instagram flow. I'm gonna go with my flow, and that's how I'm gonna ignore it.
That's awesome. So yeah, I guess the best way to go about Instagram and not getting too caught up in trends and stuff. Like trends are cool, it's okay to maybe try them out every once in a while, but don't get too stuck up on them. You know what I mean? Go out and do more adventurous stuff and try your own thing. Set up your own shoots. Pick out the outfits you want the models to wear. Look up makeup ideas. You can go download Pinterest, go get like makeup ideas and hairstyles and stuff like that, and make your own work. But I guess my final tips on how to deal with like Instagram and the new algorithm, I guess, is just to be consistent, but remember that you still want to post quality work that you enjoy. Another topic is like when people are doing photography and they're doing trends that they don't necessarily like, but they're doing it because they know that they're going to get likes. When you get reached out to do those type of work for those type of clients, you're not going to love what you do. So like it takes away the fun of creating, and it takes away the fact like why you even started photography in the first place, right? You started photography because you love telling a story, like you love capturing images and people or cities and landscapes. So do the work that you want to get paid to do, because it'll help you out in the long run. So build the portfolio now that you want to do in the future. So if you want to do editorial fashion stuff, don't go out and do, you know, neon signs or fairy lights, because like, when's the last time you seen fairy lights on a magazine or like GQ cover? Like, they don't do that. So like, just build a portfolio and like do the work that you want to get paid to do. That way, when clients reach out to you, they know that you are stuck on that, like you want to do that one thing. So back to Instagram, I guess the best way to go about it is think of Instagram as your own portfolio. So if you don't have a website, that's fine. Just think of Instagram as your portfolio. So post the work that you want to get paid to do. Don't post work that you don't want to get paid to do, because that just like, that's not a portfolio then, that's just you following trends. So use Instagram as a portfolio.
All right, guys, so Oscar and Mark just nailed that. I really agree with what they're talking about. And it's not just for Instagram, just creating your own style with photography or anything creative that you want to get into. You know, I make a lot of videos, and even the same thing goes for that. And I think that just trying to do something different, I actually realized when I do something different or new that like most people aren't doing on a place like Instagram, it actually gets more attention and more people actually responding to it. You know, and like I did a cinemagraph thing recently, back like a month ago or something, and it's just something that not that many people are doing, and I did that and it got a lot of response because it's a lot different than what everyone is seeing all the time. So stay away from the trends, go your own way. When I was younger, I used to think that thinking differently and kind of thinking outside the box was like frowned upon and you shouldn't do it, and it's actually the opposite is true. Now I realize as I'm older that is where the magic is, when you do things differently and you know, kind of break out of what most people are doing, the trends and all this stuff, and you kind of figure out your own path. That's actually where you find the most, you know, powerful messages, and also you can kind of figure out what you're supposed to be doing, like what your, you know, career is gonna be, and just like what your purpose is. So yeah, these guys nailed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you think? Good?
I liked it, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Go Pats.